snout and also tongue.
Tongue I've had, snout I haven't.
The tongue, now, is that a lot bigger in the calf than in the human?
Well, certainly a calf is a pretty good sized animal. It's going to be bigger than your tongue or my tongue, but most of the tongue you don't really see. If someone sticks out their tongue at you, you just see the very tip, but there's a lot of muscle behind that that fills in the space between the jaws. It goes right down to the bone called the hyoid bone.
What's the purpose of the tongue?
Well, the function in animals is similar to our function, meaning that it's a mechanical function. It moves the food, it grinds the food. There's a mechanical aspect to it. So the tongue takes on a special purpose. In you and I, of course, it's a little more highly developed and is involved in speech.
The nose of the pig, it's quite flat and floppy. Well, what's it made out of?
Well, it's not really too dissimilar to our own. There's going to be a flesh component, but there's also a stiffening component known as cartilage. So it gives some rigidity to the snout or the ear, and the flat sort of pug nose that a pig has is presumably related to the function of the pig in the wild, where the pig used to forage around or does forage around looking for food. And so presumably its shape and its constitution is related to that function.
Hi, we're back in the kitchen with our guest, Dr. Joe Dort, and time to do a little nosing around.
Let's do it. This is interesting. I've never seen these before.
You've never worked with a pig snout before?
Never with a pig snout.
Well, let's talk about a pig snout. Okay. When you buy pig snout, you'll find that there's a little bit of hair on them, and what you want to do is you want to make sure, and we'll get rid of that in a second, but they're nicely clean. The butcher's nicely clean. This, in fact, you can see the butcher's actually pulled some hairs out. We actually got a bit of razor burn on our snout here.
That won't affect the flavor, though.
It will not. In fact, these are very, very clean. We really scrub these up, and that's the key to this. So I'm going to let you take our snout. What can you tell us about noses that we should know?
Well, the nose is it's an amazing organ, actually, Alan. It's the gateway to the upper respiratory tract. The nose in the human, and I presume in the pig as well, is big filter. It's a big filter and it's a big humidifier. So that's how we humidify and filter the air that we breathe, and it's very, very important. Now, this nose here, this pig has its. In the pig, I understand the nose is also very sensitive, like the human, and you can see if you get a close-up on there, you can see these little bumps there. These are all little sensory organs. In the pig, it's a very, very sensitive thing.
What can you tell us about the inside of this?
Well, I can see that there's some meat here, and this is, you know how pigs kind of wrinkle up their noses and things?
Yes, yeah.
Well, these muscles would be the little nose wrinkling muscles, and I think that's probably what we're going to be eating. But anyway, and inside here you can see as well, if we look more towards the tip of the nose, there's some little cartilage in here, nasal cartilage, and we see that in the human as well.
But from a cooking point of view, you can see that there are some beautiful pieces of meat in here, and this is really, really delicious meat and is a real delicacy. And there's two ways that I've had snout really, both ways are Italian. In the north of Italy, they would put a snout like this into what they call a bollito misto. So in a bollito misto, a snout would be served whole like this, boiled up, and you get a big slice of it with some mustards and things. And in the south of Italy, they use either pig's lips or cow's lips as a real delicacy. They serve them at the fairs. They're called omus in Neapolitan dialect. And you see kids walking down the midway, literally, with their omus on a stick. And they sell them on a stick like this. I don't think it's going to be a big seller here, but it's a delicacy there. What we want to do is this is a very simple recipe, because what you want to do is just boil these up. But you want to get them really clean. So I'm going to get you to do a little more surgery. We have our handy disposable razor here. And what you want to do is you just want to clean the last bit of hair off there. So I'm going to get you to shave that. And all you want to do is get a nice pot of salted boiling water and put our snouts into them. And again, you want to boil this for quite a long time. I would say at least an hour. You can boil it for more. You can leave it on the back of the stove for the day if you wanted to. And then what you want to do is you want to drain them really well and put them into a fridge. And we'll see what the end result is. Now that we've scrubbed up the pig, I think it's time for the doctor and I to do a little scrubbing after handling all of these noses and tongues. And when we come back, we're going to plate up our beautiful Pueblo-style tongue and our omus. Welcome back to the kitchen. All ready for a little tongue and snout?
I am really pumped about this, Alan.
I am pumped too, and like our pig, I'm going to do a little rooting around in the fridge because I've got our wonderful snouts that we boiled up.
They look fantastic.
You can feel the texture of those now. They're really nice, and frankly, what they feel like in texture is if you've ever cooked a ham and left it after Easter or Thanksgiving in the fridge, this is what we're going to have here. Very, very simple dish, nicely plated like that. Nice big white plate to show it off. And then what you want to do is you want to take the snout and give it a cut. And you can see, as you pointed out, there's a bunch of skin in here with meat on either side. And what we're going to do is we're just going to cut until we get it to some nice meat here. There we go. Oh, look at that. Absolutely spectacular. And so what you want to do is you want to just arrange the meat here on the plate like this. I'm going to get another, I don't want to waste this nice part of it right here.
Yeah, you don't want anyone to go hungry here, I don't think.
No, that's for sure. I'm just going to make sure I get into this. It gets a little tough right around the snout, but there's a nice piece of meat there. You can see.
Right by the nostrils.
Right by the nostrils. Yeah, there they are. I can tell you what, I'm going to let you do a little more surgery here with our knife.
Sure.
And I'm just going to put another piece on the plate here, and I'm just going to show you how to, well, Dr. Joe here is finishing that. I'm just going to show you what I would serve this with. What I'm going to do is put a little bit of olive oil on my salad. Just going to toss my arugula a little bit with the oil. Get it covered a bit. Very nice. And then just to give some nice color to the plate here, I'm going to take my salad. There we go. That's very nice. And the king of cheeses, a little Parmigiano Reggiano. You like Parmigiano?
I love it.
And you see that's going to give us a nice nutty sort of a sweet counterpart to this, and you just want to shave it. You don't want to nice big pieces of the Parmigiano Reggiano on there. Last but not least, for the snout, it's essential in fact, is you want some lemon on the plate, some lemon on the snout. Oh, look at that. Isn't that spectacular?
It's looking good.
And some coarse salt. Oh my gosh, that is beautiful. All right, now on to our next dish, which is our tongue. What we want to do is we want to just get our beans ready. Oh, those are perfectly nice and browned. And we want a nice big plating bowl. And I'm just going to grab our beans. Just like that. There we go. Beautiful. Just get that off. And next to that, our beautiful Pueblo-style tongue. Look at those pieces of meat.
This smells great, you know, Alan.
And I've got some beautiful chopped cilantro here, which I'm just going to cover the whole plate with. Beautiful. Well, you ready for a taste?
Let's go.
I'm going to get you to taste our beautiful tongue first.
Well, let's just...
Oh, spectacular. Looks good.
Nice and tender.
Nice and tender. Oh, here we go.
That's fantastic.
I'm glad to hear it. And for me, one of the great treats for me, and I'm just going to say, is this beautiful snout. Oh, nice texture, beautiful taste. Well, that was marvelous. Dr. Joe Dort, thanks for being on the show today.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure to be here.
And hope everyone enjoyed this and that you try these wonderful recipes at home, and let's dig in.